with just two of us here, we're going to wait a couple more minutes for a few more people to join. So we'll probably start here shortly. Hopefully a couple more join. Morning, Vicky. We're just going to wait a couple minutes for a few more people to join, see if a couple more people hop on here.
Good morning. Amy, are you up for a question?
Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend.
Morning, Amy.
Morning, Grace. Got a couple people on here. I just want to start out by saying I'm sorry about the last 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, it was my graduation, and I was crazy and decided to take 18 credits. And the end of the quarter was a little hectic for me. And I literally remembered as I was graduating that I had missed the Tuesday meeting, which was on Wednesday. I was like, I feel like and I'd been feeling like I'd forgot something, but yeah, I was kind of up with limited sleep and getting those in. And then, of course, last Tuesday, we wake up and my daughter had some strange allergic reaction to a bug bite. So we were in ER, but thankfully everything's okay now. But I just wanted to start out and apologize to everybody about the last 2 weeks about missing it. It's been kind of a little bit of craziness around here. So but yeah, I do have a few things today. I mean, we only have looks like 4 people on today, but maybe a couple still hop on here yet. But let's start off. Does anybody have any listings or buyer needs or anything like that?
Hey, good morning. I'm new to
Morning.
NRG, kind of.
Hi.
I'm Lindy. I'm getting on because I've got a listing going live. We're coming soon right now. It's a lake listing up here. I'm in Duluth.
Oh, nice.
So cute A-frame, all redone in 2015, studs up. So it's kind of a brand new, 2015 new, on a nice little spring-fed lake. The funny story is that the seller has been feeding the sunfish for 5 years. So as you walk down the dock, the sunfish follow you. So it comes with sunfish pets. And then
Nice.
I do have a co-listing with Sandra NRG. I reached out to her because I had a listing lead down in Albert Lee. And her and I have a place real close to the lake down in Albert Lee on market for $239. The other one up here in Coal Lake, $299.9. So check those out. I'm kind of working on it right now. I'm trying to get it live on North Star, so you'll see it come through. And I don't know if we look at our North Star. Do we look at the office and we can see everybody's listings in the office? Is that?
Yep, you can
Yeah,
do
okay.
it that way, and then you can also go on our website and that'll have all our listings as well.
Okay, yeah, I'm pretty new to NRG, came from Lake Place, so
Nice.
I still work my lake listings. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, nice meeting you.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else have any buyer needs or listings they want to talk about coming up? Perfect. I'm just trying to get a couple things pulled up here.
I do want to mention, has anybody worked with Z buyer?
With what?
Z, the last letter Z. Z
Z?
buyer. Yeah. Has anybody worked with Z buyer? No?
I have not.
Okay. Okay.
Is there a specific question? Are they like reaching out to you or?
They're reaching out to me, so I just wanted to know more about them. I just want to know if they're legit. So, anyways, just wondering.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's always good to reach out to Randy. Randy researches a lot of the companies. So, Francis or Randy are good go-tos. If there is a company that you're not quite sure if they're legit or not. So, I would reach out to them because they've been in the business for so long and they know all the scams and kind of things going on. Yeah, there's always new ones coming up, but they typically stay on top of that kind of stuff.
Okay, good idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions or listings or buyer needs anybody has? Perfect. I will get this pulled up here. There we go. So, as we all know, if you go to nrg100.com, it'll always pull up this kind of homepage where you can reach the meeting. And then this is our sign store. So for signs and business cards, you can click into here. It'll bring you to the link to the sign store, build a sign. And it has a lot of our assets in there already. And then if you ever have somebody that you may want to bring over or that you talk to that may want to join, you can bring them right to this website. And this has all the benefits, support, locations, and a good way of kind of introducing them. Also, if you're ever looking for where there's an office center that you can stop in at, this is the page that you're going to want to look as well. So it has all of our offices that we have the contracts with, and where you can go. It even has California, Tennessee, and our Florida locations as well. So those are always good resources. It also gives you the Suite Assist login where you can access previous trainings, and also the continuing education. I know that's a crunch. We have just under well, about a month to get everything in, but to make sure that the Commerce gets it in time, make sure that you're getting those classes done with plenty of time for them to report them. And then I know I had a bunch of questions on North Star at the get together the other day, so I wanted to go over a few things on that. Another thing that came up was looks like there is this new feature. If anybody does any rentals or working with investors or landlords, looks like North Star Transaction just pulled out something that you can do a screener. And when I kind of glanced at it briefly before the meeting here, because I just pulled it up, it looks like it is free to you, and then it just costs the applicant starting at $30. So this may be a good resource if you are in the business and are looking for a new platform. I haven't checked it out, but I just seen that pop up, so I wanted to mention that. And Lindy, I think you were mentioning that you're just putting on a listing. So that is one of the things that I wanted to go over today is you can either send in your paperwork and they can get it added on there for you. I think it's Anne, Jeremy, is it Anne that does that?
Yeah, it is. It's Ann.
Okay. And so, yeah, you can just email Anne directly, or you can reach out to Francis, Jeremy, and they can get it forwarded on as well. Otherwise, the best way to do it, you can even do it yourself, is you go into the Add Edit tab on your North Star MLS. And then you bring up the Add Edit, and then you just add. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'll kind of click through it here, and I'll use my mom's address. I'm not going to go live because we can't go live. So you can either search by parcel ID, the address, or the owner. So they make it pretty easy. And so she lives on 21st Ave in the center. And so it's searching here. Perfect. And so it'll bring it up. It'll bring up, if you go this way, it'll bring up whatever is on the public record. You do have to go through each one of them and kind of go through all of these. If you need help on what it is, these eyes next to them always give the information that you need. I want to say, so there is also up here where it'll have errors, if you have any errors or anything. So if you're missing information, so let's say if that, usually it'll pop up letting you know that you have errors. I think that's when you are going live. So you're going to want to fill this out as complete as possible. If you don't know the information, you can always go to the tax record and go either into relist tax and find the information. Otherwise, you might need to do a little bit of digging. Otherwise, there is some questions about, so this is going to come from your listing agreement, what your lockbox is going to be, whether it's in foreclosure. So you just kind of go through all the questions. If you're not confident in it, I would suggest sending it on to Anne or getting a transaction coordinator. But yeah, if you are confident and wanted more information on it, I'm sure that one of us would be able to either give you some information. I'm thinking maybe I could do a more in-depth what needs to be filled out, what needs to be not filled out. Because I mean, some of these are applicable, some of them aren't. So whatever is inapplicable in like the property information down here is up to you whether you put it in there. But this is what people really search for. So let's see here. So like if they're specifically searching for outbuildings, they can be in here. If they want laundry on the main level, that's where if the laundry's on the main level and that's one of their musts, then they're going to search for that and then that's going to come up. So the more descriptive items that you have on your listings does help the search a little better as well. You will need to go through and try to find all of the information either via relist tax or other avenues. You can sometimes even look at previous listings, but sometimes that information isn't accurate. So you want to try to go for any state information. Yes, Lindy.
I have a question. Do you guys require a net sheet for all?
A net sheet,
A
Jeremy?
net sheet for my sellers? Is that a required?
I don't think
Document?
I've ever heard of that. I am sorry. I could ask Anne or Jen regarding this. I'm not sure. A net sheet?
Okay.
Is that what you were asking?
Yeah, a net sheet as a required doc. For
Yeah,
that
I've never
speed
had
assist.
one in with mine.
I
I
had
Jeff?
one
used
with
to 'em,
my
but my
pre-
title company stopped making them, so.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in there. You can still do it on the MLS pages, but you don't have to have one for NRG. I used to with my
Okay.
previous broker, but NRG doesn't require it in the required paperwork.
Can I find that in North Star docs? I don't
Yep.
have it in my LSAR.
Yep, it's in North Star.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my title company had such a nice one that I was sending across, but now they stopped. They switched. So North Star does have a net sheet.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you so much.
If not, it's in Sweet Assist. No, you have to put it in Sweet Assist if you want. No, it's North Star. Sorry.
North Star. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how to look for docs in Sweet Assist. I got my systems. But yeah, I couldn't find that net sheet. So thank you.
Sweet Assist isn't too hard. I was worried about it when I came over, but it's pretty friendly and there's some good videos on there too.
Yeah, I've had no problem inputting so far.
Trying to find, I think it's checklist. But yeah, in Sweet Assist, it's pretty easy, like she said, to get to the docs. I'll have to share that. So yes, so the office docs is just right on the side, and then it has all of our office documents right in here, as well as previous training videos are under the side dashboard under training. And then if you just bring up training room, it actually has all the previous Sweet Assist trainings. So if you had any questions about how Sweet Assist worked or anything like that, you can bring up these and kind of watch those, and it goes over how to like add your transactions, add your clients and everything. And then it has our previous trainings from our previous platform. And then all the way down at the bottom here has our previous weekly huddles. So just wanted to point that out for you there. And let me add this here.
So real quick, Lindy, if you go into MLS, it's called seller's estimate of proceeds. But you'd have to, add it into your pages, but it is in there.
And then also on the Suite Assist here, the checklist is the checklist of required forms. So on the listing side, yeah, you're gonna have some forms here and there, whether it's like a farm or a townhome or a condo. But this is the required forms that we need for the list side and the buy side.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And that was right here in the office documents, all the way down for checklist here. And then, did anybody have any other questions on adding a listing or editing a listing? Just one thing that is very certain is you do need to be very accurate when inputting your listings, because you and the brokerage can get fined for incorrect information. So just a forewarning, like make sure that when you are entering listings, that you are being very accurate and making sure that you have all the paperwork and everything. I know some require that coming soon to be uploaded. I don't think MLS does. I know when I was working with the Southern Minnesota Realtors Association, I know we had to actually upload the coming soon listing with the paperwork. So always just make sure that when you are doing the ad edit, that you are just putting the correct information on there. And then always, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Francis or Randy. And then
You do have to upload the coming soon form to
on the
when you're
MLS.
putting
Okay.
it in, and it says upload the coming soon form. I mean, it wouldn't know if that's what it is, but yes, they request before it'll go. I do have a question that's not
Yeah.
on that topic. When you're
Yeah, Marge.
someone on here, maybe it's Vicky, had looking for what company you use for a service agreement. I have an offer on the condo, and it has an older AC and all. I mean, it's a condo, so I don't want to buy an HWA home warranty and cover. It's got brand new appliances, so I don't want to cover a bunch of other stuff. Just didn't know if there's a company to cover an AC, do a couple year warranty for AC. If anyone has ideas. And we talked about it the other week, but I didn't write down what company.
I want to say one of my clients used Choice at one point, but let me see if they cover AC.
It was somebody who's a regular on these meetings, and I just didn't make note.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay. I was like, oh, good, it's Tuesday. I can ask because I just
The
read
only other
paperwork
thing I
last
could
night.
the only other thing I could suggest is maybe jumping on the Facebook group and saying who has a favorite home warranty company that covers air conditioning.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.
Because yeah,
I'll
I
do
see
that.
some of them like cover. There's like a select home warranty that covers AC, heat, and appliance coverage. Otherwise, yeah, I would just maybe Google a couple and just maybe give them a call and see what they all cover, or if they have different plans and stuff like that.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. And so let me get back to this one here. Does everybody know how to search for the forms in Transaction Desk and know how to do packets and everything else? Up here. So there's actually an easy way, if nobody knew about it, to be able to pull up a template for your transactions. So I have my single family residential listing, and I have it as a residential listing. I can add the forms that I want to pull up anytime that I have a single family residential listing. So usually I will have the listing contract, being we need to have agency relationships. I'll put that in there. Listing input form, any amendments, the seller's disclosure. So then you can add all of your paperwork. It doesn't work for me to talk and try to find something at the same time. You can have all of your paperwork in there at the same time. So that way, when you pull up a listing, all of these forms will drop in, so you don't have to search every single time. And it does ask you if you want to set that up when you are putting in a listing. And also you can go in here to the templates here and start your own. So this was going in and editing one. I can go back and go to my transaction templates and I can start a whole new one. So if I had like a farm property for sale, I could save that, and then that way I know down here the sewage is usually a big one, so I would put these in so you can go in and grab whichever ones you need, and then add them to the forms here. This way, anytime you have a certain listing like that, you can just bring that up and it saves you time on your listing as well. I typically use all of the signings here, and then just transfer them over to Suite Assist. There is a way to send things for signature through Suite Assist, but when you're already filling out the documents in here, it's always just easiest, I think. Plus then there's one central location that if you maybe didn't upload one of the documents, at least then you have them all in one place. So that way, when if Anne asks where a document is or if it needs an extra signature, you can just go pop right in there and send it off to your client. But again, whichever platform you choose is perfect as long as those signatures are getting on there. Otherwise, I didn't have, yes, Grace?
Yeah, I was just wondering, I was looking at Randy's phone number. Is it the 651-330-8000?
That would be Francis's phone number.
Should I reach out to Francis for that question I had on the Z buyer?
Yeah, you can reach out to Francis. You can send him a text, or you can kind of group email Randy and Francis. Or yeah, if you wanted to send that number, that's Francis. So if you wanted to send him a text, he would be able to either direct you or answer your question.
Okay, thanks.
So I have just a general question too.
Yeah.
Can you tell me who I should reach out to? I've been waiting to get paid on a referral commission, and Anne told me all the paperwork was in, but I don't seem to be getting any answers back. And I'm wondering if it's incomplete. So I emailed Francis and Jeremy last week and I haven't heard anything. Is that normal? Is it that busy or?
I know Francis was traveling last week. Jeremy, can you take a look
Sorry,
into that after the meeting?
I'm sorry, what was that again? Was-
Jeremy, I emailed you and Francis last week. This is Vicky Imholt, about a referral that I was supposed to receive from a property that closed in Arizona. And I thought I had all the paperwork, but I'm guessing I don't. That's the reason why it hasn't been paid yet.
Oh, I apologize, Vicky. We were having email issues last week. Let me look back or let me
Okay,
check. Yeah,
if you could just check into it and then just reach back out to me. I'm wondering if there's some incomplete information as well, because it was kind of a weird deal.
okay,
It was a referral.
let me check on that.
Okay, I
yeah,
just didn't know who I should who I should go
yeah,
to.
correct person would be me and Francis. Actually, Francis just forwarded him the information to check, but that's let
Okay, and I
me
know
visit my
Ann
email.
referred it, or Ann said, yeah, everything is in there. I sent the referral off, something like that. And that was last week. And I'm like, okay, should I have heard something by now?
Okay.
Anyways, if you could let me know, that'd be great.
Yeah,
Thank
let me
you.
check with him. All right, thank you. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Did anybody else have any questions on any transaction stuff, MLS stuff? Anybody wanted to go over anything certain?
I have something that I have some of my old signs. Does NRG do they sell like stickers that get put over my old signs? You know, that says NRG on it. Instead of buying brand new signs, can I just buy like a sticker I could just put cover my old brokerage?
That is a good question.
I'd buy those too.
Yeah.
You could measure the area to take over and then, I've had them made at fast signs. I suppose Ann could make something up that says NRG, but you can get them, printed at, I think, Office Max or Fast Signs.
Stickers?
But yeah, measure the area that you're covering and what you need in there. And I think it's Ann who sometimes sets up business cards and stuff. Is that right? Or Red? And then you can just, if once it's laid out, you can just get them printed at locally. I think Office Max does up to 18-inch wide.
Okay.
And Fast Signs might. I mean, those local places sometimes will fairly inexpensively, but I did do stickers before on some signs.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that would probably be the best because it doesn't look like Vistaprint or Build a Sign has them. It just looks like a new custom yard sign. So yeah, I would just, and when you do check there, I would check for waterproof or water resistant. Because I know if it was to rain or randomly get wet, that might be not so beneficial. So
Yeah, good point. Yeah, make sure it's the plasticky kind.
Right.
mhm.
Okay.
Or I'm wondering if they could maybe like laminate something over the sign so then you're sealed and everything else. I don't know. I would suggest maybe stopping in at like a Office Depot or Office Max.
There's a place in Newport that you might be less expensive, less hassle to get new signs, and just tell them you don't need the legs if you already have don't know what kind of signs you have, but I have gotten signs there that if you buy a dozen, they're pretty inexpensive.
Okay. Do you know the name?
I will try and find it for you. I mean, I
Oh,
just
okay.
know that it's like one of those things that come up when you're looking for yard signs, and I know it's local, that it isn't, you're not paying for the shipping. So,
Okay.
but I mean, that's if you pick up, and I'm not far from there. So if that's far from you, there's a lot of sign companies that do it pretty cheap. If you buy online and you don't buy the sign pegs, they're pretty inexpensive for the corrugated plastic.
Okay. I'll check. Thanks.
Yeah, and on this build a sign, I mean, if you're ordering 10, for the protective glossy, it's 18. Otherwise, for non-protective, it's only 13. So they're not too bad on here. If you're ordering multiple. So if they don't have it, it looks like it'd be pretty easy to switch over. Anybody else have any questions, anything they want to bring up? I was expecting a little more interaction today, but I'd be happy to talk about whatever anybody would like to talk about. Otherwise, I can kind of go into Sweet Assist or some more North Star stuff. But I'm sure, looking at who all's here, I'm sure we're all pretty familiar with Matrix and Ad Edit and everything else.
I'm curious, anybody else who has listings, if it's felt a little slow this past week, and how much do you think is it to do with Memorial Weekend? I did get an offer, but I barely had showings, so I just lucked out. But I'm surprised to have so few showings, even if they were requested for Tuesday, you know?
Was it just over this weekend or was it
Yeah, well, it was coming soon, all of Thursday, and then live Friday through Sunday, or Friday through Monday.
the only thing I can think of is just with the holiday weekend, a lot of people travel and a lot of people get that first camping trip in. So that may have been a factor. Plus everybody's getting done with school and kind of wrapping up.
Yeah,
Maybe some little bit on that timing, but yeah, I mean, they're not coming out fast enough for me down here. I have so
well,
many
and
people.
mine was a 55 plus, so I didn't feel like
Hmm.
that would have much to do with it.
Yeah,
You know, not kids and
yeah.
not kids and not camping, most likely.
Or maybe barbecues with the family and stuff like that. On that generational side. Hopefully it picks up this week though for you. I know we have a little bit of crappy weather coming up these next few days, but hopefully after that things will pick back up and everybody will want to get out for that first weekend in June here. And I'm just answering a question on the chat for the Build a Sign National Realty Guild. The NRG100.com, if you just remember that website, that'll bring you to basically anywhere and anything you need to get to. Like I said, it has the link to Sweet Assist here, the meeting, the yard signs, and if anybody wanted to join. And then from Sweet Assist, once you get into Sweet Assist, that also has the link to get over to the CE shop, which is a really good platform for continuing education, or if you wanted to further your licensing. I know we've had a few people ask about the Wisconsin license. This is a very easy place to get that reciprocy license, which actually I think I'm already on. So and it looks like it's for 165 with the Memorial Day. So I mean, this is a really great resource. I like it because it's all online. You can go at your own pace. And then also the benefit about that is when they do report it to the commerce, they actually let you know that they reported it. So again, just doing your CE, make sure that you're doing it in enough time to finish it and for them to be able to report it to the commerce. And then if you're using specifically CE shop, you'll actually be able to see that they reported it on your homepage. anyone else have anything they wanted to talk about, hear about, learn about? We are in the works of doing a 1031 exchange in-person meeting, that will count for CE. We're thinking about doing it on June 13th, unless, I know there was a little confusion last time we did a in-person meeting and a morning meeting the same day. There was a little confusion there, so we're seeing if any other days work, but it's looking like June 13th we'll be having that 1031 exchange in person CE.
I'd love to join, but I'm going to be on vacation that day. Would there be another day that would be offered later on?
Probably not for 1031, just because it's one of those that you can't have the same course multiple times. So we may offer it like later in the year. There will be definitely other CE shop or other CE classes. It's just that 1031 will be probably one of, I can talk to everybody about it. Because
Or can I join online, or you have to be in person?
I think it's just an in-person, but I can ask if there's any way that they can, because usually it's either a fully online or a fully in-person one. It's really hard to do hybrid to see who's all there. I think CE shot, like the CE requirements have certain requirements for each. So I can ask them and I can get back to you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, I think with no other questions, if nobody else has anything, I think we might wrap up a little early today. Again, I wanted to apologize about the last 2 weeks here. It's just been kind of crazy in my life here. So thank goodness everything's figured out. I graduated, so that's the good news. Otherwise, if there's nothing else, I want to wish everybody a great week and see everyone next Tuesday.
Thanks, Amy, and congratulations on your graduation.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Next week, guys.
I have to send you this house I'm looking at. Miss
I love
Architect.
looking at architecture. I
I
love
know you
studying.
do. Okay, bye.
See ya.